Sometimes I shoot specifically for a certain style that I know I'm going to apply to my photos. So, well, welcome everybody. My name is Matt Kloskowski, and in a quick video here, I just wanted to kind of talk to you about an experience that I had, and how style kind of led the way. So, I'm in Death Valley with some friends. One of the friends puts on a long lens and starts zooming in because the light had gotten bad. So we're already probably an hour and a half past sunrise, and the light had gotten bad, and they zoomed in and they were like, hey, this looks kind of cool. Like everything looks like a black and white photo, and indeed it did. It's got a very monochromatic nature. This is right out of the camera. So what I do here is I'll go through. I don't want to talk about the style because as soon as I saw it, I immediately had style in mind. All right, I had style, and I actually had a specific purpose in mind for the photos. But I'm in the browse, imperfect browse in the photo suite, and I just hit the number 5 when I like a photo here. And as I start to just hit the number 5, because what we're going to do is we're going to be able to drop these into Lightroom pretty easily. But perfect browse is just so fast that I usually start there. And so I'm just looking for patterns and texture and whatnot. That's pretty cool too. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through these. That's kind of neat too. But the idea is once I have those 5-star photos, I can actually come down here to my filter section, go into grid mode, and actually just filter by my 5-star photos. And now I can just click, select all these photos, and then just drag them right into Lightroom. And that way, what's going on is I'm not actually bringing everything into Lightroom. I'm already bringing in just my favorite photos. So I'm not bringing the entire batch in. I've already done my work. Perfect browse is super fast, but Lightroom will also keep the 5-star photos, which is nice as well. You also have the option to put them straight into a collection when you do the Lightroom import, but I'm just going to go import here. And as I mentioned, as soon as you start to see the photos, you'll start to see it did keep the 5-star ratings from perfect browse. So if I want to start to do my organization in Lightroom, I don't even have to do anything. But the idea behind this is I'll show you 2 different ways to do it. I'll show you if you just want to use Lightroom. My idea is to take the monochromatic nature of these photos and to go with it. All right, so I'll just go over to the develop module, and I'm just going to go down here to the black and white panel, convert them to black and white. Maybe tweak the exposure. To me, what caught my eye was all the patterns. All right, with the absence of good light, everything became about these patterns to me, and that's what I was looking for when I was going through these photos. We can also come down here to the split toning panel and go here and kind of add a little bit of a tint to the photos, and now you really start to get a different type of a feel for it here. I might even leave the highlights alone and just add that tint to the shadows. Clarity wouldn't hurt these because there is a lot of texture and whatnot to them. Whites and blacks, if you Option or Alt click, and you go over here, click the white slider, drag that until you start to get a couple of little bright specks there. Same thing on the black side, drag that. That's probably too much. So I'm going to pull back on both of those sides because I don't want it to be perfectly all white. But I do want those patterns to stand out. Nice thing is that once you're inside of Lightroom, if you just shift click and hit sync, I can go through here, turn on exactly what I want it to sync. So I'll turn on clarity, and I'll turn on my black and white and my split toning. And I'll just let Lightroom sync everything together for me. So now what I get is, as you look through here, I've got that same style applied to all these photos. And that's exactly what I want, because remember what I said, this was all about style when I saw all these different patterns here. Another option that we can do is, let me go ahead and grab a photo. Let's go work with, that's a pretty cool one. I kind of like that one. All right, so I'm going to reset this one. The other place, and this is actually the place that I had in mind when I did these photos, is I'd go to perfect black and white. So perfect black and white, I'll do my whole conversion. It's got just a bunch of options for the entire black and white conversion. And once you're inside here, I just take a look at the presets are really the starting place for me. All right, so I'll just find a preset that I like. You can kind of get an idea just by looking at them, and you can click the little thumbs up icon. That'll make it a favorite, make it easier to get to. But I like the Ansel and the Valley for this one. It just gives a nice overall style. Again, remember, I'm concentrating on the patterns, and I want something that's going to bring those patterns out here. You've got all the different filters that you can click through, and then under toner, I'm just going to choose, I just want a little bit of color. And you can tweak it if you need to. It's nice because it's got vignettes, so you can change the vignette settings if you want to. It's got borders, sharpening, all kinds of fun stuff here, even some extra detail. And you can tweak the blacks and whites just like you could inside of Lightroom. But the idea is that, remember, I want a style for this series of photos. So just like I did inside of Lightroom, I get so much more control for crafting the black and white here. Just like I did inside of Lightroom, I'd want to sync this with my other photos. So what I can do is I can save it as a preset. Okay, I'm going to call this Matt's Desert. All right, I've got a category called Desert because I've done this before, and I'll just go ahead and add myself there, hit create. Now I'm done inside of perfect black and white. I've applied it to this photo. I'll click apply. I'm done inside here. I've created my preset. But here's where it gets cool, is when we get back over into Lightroom, because you'll see our edited photos over here. Okay, so it's indeed done its job. It's taken us over to perfect black and white, taking us back here with our edited photo. But we've got all these other photos down here that we want to edit with the same preset. So what I can do is I can select all those photos, and then I'll go up here to File. I'm going to go to Export. And under Export, normally we have hard drive chosen. We just export a JPEG to a hard drive. But if you choose perfect black and white, you can then go through your presets inside of perfect black and white. It'll pick all those up. You can decide where you want to save it. And I'll even add these back into the Lightroom catalog, so they'll come back inside of this folder here. So I'll hit Export, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go through, it's going to open up perfect black and white and run everything for us. It's basically batch applying my preset to all these different photos, but I don't have to do anything to make it happen. And when we're done, if you look right down here inside of Lightroom, here is all of our edited photos. So it did its job. It went through, it did the whole thing, applied them, brought them back into Lightroom for us, and then from here we can go ahead and do our printing. I want to show you, oh, by the way, and if you look, they're all PSD files, which is kind of cool because that's my finished image. It'll actually create a PSD with an extra layer inside there, so it's got your original and your applied look to it. But here's what I did in the end, and this is honestly, this is the vision that I had when I saw those photos, when I saw that monochromatic look to it. I immediately knew the style that I wanted, and I knew how I wanted to display those photos. So no, this is not my living room, and all I'll say is I got kids, so there's no way this could be my living room. But anyway, it gives you an idea of what kinds of things you can do when you have style in mind. And that was the whole point to this, is there was a style in mind. As soon as I took the first photo, I knew immediately what that style was, and some different things that I can do with that style once I create it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.